لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us a reminder in Surah An-Nadhr. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala goes into the future. And he said, كُلَّمَا أُلْقِيَ فِيهَا فَوْجٌ سَأَلَهُمْ خَزَنَتُهَا أَلَمْ يَأْتِكُمْ نَذِيرٌ. That was beautiful in the word qira'at is كُلَّمَا أُلْقِيَ فِيهَا is emphatic. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, when the people in Jahannam, when they arrive at Jahannam, when they are thrown in Jahannam, when they come to Jahannam, the guardians, the keepers, and remember the guardians of Jahannam, the keepers of Jahannam will say, what? Did I not want to come to you? They would ask them. And they would say, what? Did I not want to come to you to warn you about this place? And you know what they would say to respect the brothers? Check this out. They would say, and water did come, but what did we do? We denied him. Subhanallah, we denied. Now warnings can come in many phases, many ways. It could even come when we observe the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to guide us, He guides us according to our intelligence. Now, check this out. What's so profound. It was but we denied that revelation. Revelation was sent to us. We denied it. We didn't want to hear it. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala used the word nazzala. Nazzala means revelation, but it means revelation on top of revelation, reminder on top of reminder, according to our intelligence. We denied this. Now, check this out. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Ila fi dalalin kabirin. They said, we were what? Allah interrupt the sentence. And He said, these were people who were so greatly far astray. Now the word dalala in Arabic is a very unique word. We say people who are going astray, but when we look into the Quran, dalala is like when the wind would blow the dust all over the place. That is the person who's what? Who is astray. They're all over the place. And He said, kabirin. He used two attribute, two sifat, to explain how far they was greatly all over the place. Now, but here's the part, respected brothers and sisters. He gave us a glimpse of that future Jahannam, the conversation between the Malaika, the angels, the keeper of Jahannam, and the inmates of Jahannam. And then this is what they would say. Look how they would say, Qalu. They would say, Qalu. لو كنا نسمع. Only if we would have just listened. Only if we would have just listened. أو نعقل, or use our intelligence. Some eyes, when you pay close attention to something, you're listening real good to something, and they say أو نعقل, or we would have just used our intellect, our intelligence. Now you know something was amazing to respect the brothers. Now the word aqala in Arabic comes from the word iqal. What is iqal? And you know, sometimes when you see the people, mashallah ta'ala, they're in Dubai, they're in the desert, and they got this thing on their head to keep their scarf down, right? Now, the purpose of that in the time of the Arab had many reasons, had many resources. And one of the things it was used for, to keep that down, mashallah ta'ala, and all this stuff. And the kifaya would use to carry things, the scarf would use to carry things. But they also would unwrap the iqal. When they would unwrap it, you know what they would do with it? Had many resources. They would pull stuff with it. But guess what they would do with it? Now check this out. The camel is a very unique animal. And the desert doesn't have a lot of trees. So that the camel would not get away, because a camel has a mind of its own. It's a humble creature, but it's a creature that want to do what he want to do. Is going to do it no matter what. They would tie the leg of the camel together. They would tie it, one leg, so it couldn't go any further. It couldn't move. It couldn't drag itself to get away. They would use this and tie the leg of the camel so it couldn't go far away. So the iqal had many resources. Now, what is the iqal used for? What Allah uses word iqal for? Aqala, to hold down your knowledge, to ponder over that knowledge. So these people were saying, only we would have just listened. Oh, or use our intellect. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us what? We would not be like what? The dalala all over the place. But Allah goes further. They say we would not be like ashabi sa'ir. They use the word, we would be not close to these people put here in this place with the people of who? The companions of sa'ir, of this place that fires. This place that fries. The word ashab, sahaba in Arabic, sahaba also means something that's close together or something that when the fingers are interlocking. Subhanallah, we would not be close to these people if we would have used the intelligence and the hearing ability that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us. Dear respected brothers and sisters, Allah has given us sight for a reason. Allah has given us ears for a reason. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us a brain to think. There's some things we don't have to know haram, but the heart feels it. You know, it was so profound. Uthman Rada'an made a very profound statement. He said, I knew alcohol was haram before the ruling was given to us. I said, how? He said, there was a man, one time he was so intoxicated by khamr. That khamr is what? Something that fogs the mind. Subhanallah. He was so all over the place that he put his hand in his what? Feces. And every time he attempted to try to eat it, what happened? The smell will make the face, push the face away from the hand. He would keep doing this, trying to eat the feces. And what happened? Automatically, his face will pull away from the feces that was on his hand. He said, by me observing that situation, I stayed away from alcohol. If khamr can make a man do this, then surely it's not good. Look at the intellect of Uthman. Subhanallah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, dear respected brothers and sisters, He wants us to think, He wants us to use our intelligence, and it would come slowly but surely. Just think about it and ponder over the Quran, ponder over the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For example, if we look at Surah Al-Iqra, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, read in the name of your master, read in the name of your master, the one who has created you. But he used the word aliq. Check this out. Aliq. What is aliq? A blood clot. Now, why would Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say this to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Even though Allah azza wa jalla is talking to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but He is also talking to us in the present and in the future. Now, He said, read in the name of your master who has created you from a blood clot. But the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam cannot read. He cannot read. So why would he would say this? The ulama say, read in the name of your master. Meaning, ponder. Because when a human being, when a person read, what he's doing, he's in a state of, he is pondering and he is meditating on that what he is reading. He telling the Prophet ﷺ, pay close attention to your creation. Subhanallah. And look at the beauty of this, brothers and sisters. And he goes on how he created the human being. Now, what's amazing, as well as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took a blood clot that is worthless, that has no value, and He showed mercy to this piece of blood, and He clothed it. Don't you think Allah azza wa jalla will do the same when you come into existence? He will always take care of you. He will put His rahmah on you. Dear respected brothers and sisters, this is what Allah wants us to ponder. The other opinion when He telling the Prophet ﷺ to read as well, because what are you doing when you're in salat? What are you doing when you're praying? You are pondering over the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They will put you in a state of what? Shukr, thanking Allah azza wa jalla.